Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. This video is 2 years in the making. I did a video 2 years ago about how Disney was allegedly protecting pedophiles who worked for them. How a woman had slept with a minor, and instead of Disney turning her in, they shuffled her around in the company. Well, from Bounding into Comics, another story of how there are sexual deviants working for Disney has come to light. Multiple Disney employees arrested as part of Polk County prostitution and human trafficking sting. So, Polk County Sheriff's Office announced they arrested 108 people during a 6-day human trafficking campaign. Titled Operation March Sadness 2. Among those arrested were multiple employees of the Walt Disney Company and or their subsidiaries. A press release from the Polk County Sheriff's Office detailed the campaign saw detectives identify prostitutes who posted online advertisements as well as the Johns who were seeking out the prostitutes via online communications, with the intent to identify and free any victims who were being forced into prostitution, human trafficking, and or anyone participating in the trafficking of victims. It also states detectives also identified and investigated adults who engaged in online sexually charged communications with those they believed were children. 4 men were arrested for preying on children online. Sheriff Grady Judd said the arrests of a human trafficker and 4 child predators alone makes this whole operation worthwhile. The online prostitution industry enables traffickers and victimizes those who are being trafficked. Our goal is to identify victims, offer them help, and find and arrest those who are profiting from the exploitation of human beings. Johns fuel the trafficking and victimization. Where there is prostitution, there is exploitation, disease, dysfunction, and broken families. One of the individuals was Xavier Jackson, 27 years old. Judd says he thought he was chatting with a 14-year-old, a child half his age. And he sent photos of himself doing things that were totally inappropriate. He did not travel, so once again, the Orange County Sheriff's Office assisted us, and because he's from Orlando and traveled to arrest him, where he was charged with 3 counts of harmful material and 1 count of unlawful communication. He then added, did I mention that he just happens to be a lifeguard at the Polynesian Resort for Disney? You think there's a few children around there? That's right, I didn't stutter. This is all in quotes. He is a lifeguard at the Polynesian Resort for Disney and was bragging about that, Sheriff Judd stated. Next, Judd would detail a number of other Disney employees arrested during the operation. These guys weren't predators, but they all have something in common with the last arrest, Xavier Jackson. They work for Disney. So you have Wilkeson Fidel. He's 24. He lives in Orlando. He thought he was coming for sex. He's been a Disney employee for 4 years, and he works at the Cosmic Restaurant in Tomorrowland. Except now he's in county jail if he hasn't made bond yet. Then there's Shabham Malevi. He's 27. He's a software developer for Disney. He's worried because he's here on a work visa from India. He thought he was coming to have sex with two ladies. Surprise! Once again, undercover detectives, the sheriff explained. Lastly, he said, then there's Ralph Leese. He's 45. He lives in Winter Garden. He's an IT employee for Disney. Been there about 4 years, and he's married. So I'm sure Disney's not pleased. I bet his wife's not pleased. But we're pleased that we arrested him. According to WESH2, a Disney representative informed them that all 4 of the employees were placed on unpaid leave. Unpaid leave. So essentially, they're still employed. They're just not allowed to come into work or be paid. These arrests come after Disney revealed they were publicly opposing an anti-grooming bill in the state of Florida that prevents instruction of gender identity and sexual orientation for students in kindergarten through 3rd grade. What do you make of these Disney employees being arrested as part of this human trafficking and prostitution sting? Well, it seems that Disney has continued over the last 2 years, and even before this, many, many years before this, to continue to allow very disturbing and sick individuals to work for them. Sexual predators and people who are into things like sex with underage children who work for Disney. Folks, I have exposed Disney before in the previous video that stated, and I'll put a link up in the little card up here about that video. But as I said 2 years ago, I'm not telling anybody to cancel their Disney Plus or anything like that, but I am going to say this. You should seriously consider whether or not you want to continue supporting Disney. They, or their evils and their evil actions are continuing to happen. Allegedly covering up, even though there were several eyewitnesses of this occurrence happening, where witnesses witnessed this or the employee sleeping with a minor sexually and then being transferred away from that minor so she couldn't do it again with that minor. And now you have these people who are arrested in a sex trafficking and human trafficking ring who work for Disney. One of them is a pedophile. People need to ask themselves, is watching Star Wars shows, or watching Marvel movies, or watching any of this stuff truly worth supporting a company that allows sexual deviance to occur with their employees? You got to ask yourself, are you going to stand and eventually say no more and start helping Disney learn that they cannot continue with this kind of behavior? Or are you going to continue to support them and say, well, it's Marvel and this stuff isn't part of their movie making processes? How do you know? A lot of Disney employees who are actors and actresses are all for this grooming bill that is going on down in Florida. The anti-grooming bill. They are against that bill. They want kids to be groomed at young ages so that these kids can learn about sexual lifestyles in kindergarten and through 3rd grade. I didn't learn about sexual education, the educational part of it, until I was 13, 7th grade. And they want to push this shit onto children in as young as 5 to 8 years old. Disney's CEO walked back and said, I cannot stand with this bill. This is disgusting. So protecting children from learning about sexual orientation, sexual lifestyle, sexualization, protecting children from that is evil? Makes you wonder, folks. Anyway, that is going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. What do you think of the information you just heard on this video? And honestly, what do you think of Disney after learning this stuff? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.